and welcome to Frank the Hippie Pope,
What?
the show where I say things and confuse everyone in the world when I say things.
Oh,
Here's
no.
how the show works. You call and ask me a loaded question. I answer in a way that makes it sound like I'm overturning official Catholic doctrine.
Oh, my sweet
And
baby
then
Martin Luther,
Jeff
not
runs
this.
damage control.
Anything but
Is
this.
that right?
Is this supposed to be
Are you
pro-Pope
totally
Francis
psyched for today's show?
or I like the little like peace sign around his
Okay,
neck.
So let's begin. Caller number 1. What's your question?
Yeah, so when's the Catholic Church gonna stop getting all bent out of shape about abortion?
Well, that was a sassy caller.
There's so many more positive things to talk about.
Oh my god.
Like God made butterflies and stuff.
What? I don't get it. Is the Catholic Church pro-choice now?
Oh no.
Jeff?
The Catechism of the Catholic Church states, since the 1st century, the Church has affirmed the moral evil of every procured abortion.
Thank you.
Despite his sloppy wording, Pope Francis is in no way overturning this position or speaking against it.
Thank you, Jeff.
Also,
Jeff doing the work of literally every Catholic blogger after Pope Francis says literally anything.
42 million innocent children throughout the world are murdered
is making
in
me
the
so
womb
mad.
every year.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
This isn't quite
Caller number
like that.
2.
Yeah, so God is totally cool with homosexuality, right?
Dude, God is cool with everyone.
So you're fine with gay marriage now?
No, Pope Francis is not fine with gay marriage. He holds to the official position of the Catholic
Okay,
Church, which
this
is
is kind of true.
It hurts because it's true.
by nature.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like something that's a problem. People will hear what Pope Francis will say, and like he's just trying to be loving, but then people just kind of forget about what like the actual church says.
I love the animation in this. It is absolutely
that God doesn't require people
terrible.
Oh, this is so bad.
Well, yeah, but if a guy is like, dude, I'm a gay Christian, like, who am I to judge, you know?
Oh,
You're
they
the
brought
Pope,
that one up, didn't
the
they?
Supreme Pontiff. The true
I made a video
Christ,
discussing that
Church and
point,
author
just,
and teacher
meh.
of all Christians. There is literally no one on the face of the planet more qualified to judge than you.
Here's the Pope.
Oh, man. Was I supposed to get, like, a manual with this job? Because I forget what I'm supposed to be doing, like,
So
all
much.
the time.
Oh.
Next caller.
Yeah, I was wondering, what do you think is the most evil thing in the world right now?
Youth unemployment.
Seriously? Are you serious?
No, he absolutely
This video
cannot be serious
bothers me
because
on
that would
so
just
many
be
levels.
clearly his high holiness didn't.
The Pope is not an
understand
idiot,
the
you guys.
question.
His eyes look like me when I have to get up for my 9:30 class.
What's the most evil thing in the world?
Carpal tunnel syndrome.
Dear God, what the heck was that?
Ah!
The ears, the beautiful cartoon, the peace sign, everything. So awful, so true.
What's the most evil thing in the world? 9:30 a.m. classes.
This is a video by Pastor Hans Feeney.
He's a pastor.
Yes, he's a pastor of a Lutheran parish.
Oh.
And he runs a popular YouTube channel called The Lutheran Satire with over 18,000 subscribers.
Same guy as Horace Ruins Christmas and everything else.
Horace Ruins Christmas video is big. This not so much.
This video, Frank the Hippie Pope, has received over 100,000 views. What did you think of it?
It sucks.
The video itself was definitely hilarious. I will give it that. Do I agree with it? No.
I don't think like Pope Francis is like as unintelligent as how he was posed in the video. This is pretty dumb, but it's not without a basis or without a purpose, because it was a thing on the internet for a very long period of time, and even still today, that people were confused with what Pope Francis was saying. But the fact they portrayed him as like a hippie and there's like smoke going around the room makes me a little uncomfortable.
It's just really funny that they're really characterizing Pope Francis as a hippie when in reality he is touching on certain subjects which just have not been touched upon in recent years.
Unfortunately, Pope Francis gets misinterpreted a lot. Why do you think that Pope Francis gets misinterpreted so often?
Because Pope Francis is very real and very raw.
He's very different from Pope Benedict. He's very different from John Paul II. When you have someone like that as the head of the Catholic Church, you want to paint him as this figure who's more modern and more progressive, and the media out there is trying to paint him in a way that they want to see him rather than who he really is.
People are going to interpret what they want to hear, and what almost everyone wants to hear is that gay marriage is okay, abortion's okay, and in the end we will be forgiven, which I think is something that is missing with society today.
Sometimes it's like easy like to confuse kindness with accepting how everyone lives. You can remember there was a certain like conversation that he had where people asked about gay marriage, and then his response was like, who am I to judge? And like there's truth in that. Like you don't know like where that person's at, but like he wasn't meaning it as in like it's okay to do whatever. He's just showing like the appropriate response is to love this person like for who they are and where they're at, even at the same time, like while you're not like supporting the decisions that they're making because it's harmful to themselves and to other people.
What do you think of Pope Francis overall?
I like him. He's fun. I mean, for a guy with one lung, he's doing a really great job with the papacy.
I like Pope Francis. I think I had a hard time like getting like really excited about him because I actually liked Pope Benedict a lot. I've just like kind of seen how the world has like looked at Benedict and thought like, oh, like he's too conservative, he didn't even do anything, when like he did so much. And then they look at Pope Francis, who's just like, you know, like another like aspect of the church like being manifested, and they're like, oh, like he's so great and wonderful, and like he's totally gonna like change everything. And so I just like kind of got a little defensive, like, hey, what about my Pope Benny? Like,
to be completely honest, I do kind of miss Benedict just because it was easier for us as the faithful to not have to worry about defending everything that Pope Francis says. He isn't clear enough a lot of times, and I completely understand that. At the same time, he is the Pope, and he's not an anti-Pope or anything like that. So in that respect, people kind of need to like back down a little bit.
Well, the negative side of Pope Francis is that he's been misinterpreted so many times, and lots of people are nervous in the current crisis around the world and so many places about what he's going to do. And so I'm kind of like waiting to see what Pope Francis is going to do about all this, and if he does some big positive things, then I'll be like, all right, this is good. He's so different from Pope Benedict. He's bringing something new to the table, so I'm really waiting to see how he applies that.
He's the Pope, and it doesn't matter who's in office, the Catholic Church will go on as she always has.